only do I have the pleasure of working for the university, but I am a very proud and also fired up two-time graduate of CMU. The Office of Undergraduate Admissions would like to thank you all for tuning into our third Fire Up Friday, where today we will be featuring Leadership Safari and Impact. During the entirety of this live stream, feel free to post your questions that you may have in the comment section below. I have my fellow admissions colleagues, Patricia Young, Catherine Ransenberger, and Jill Irving, who will be in the comment section to provide answers for you. Additionally, we will have a Q&A session at the end. As always, the goal is to get all of your questions answered about these two programs today and also to get you fired up as we bring CMU into your home virtually. So who's ready to get started? All right, let's kick it off then. First, we will begin with impact. Please welcome to the screen student Maya Braithwaite, engagement chair for the impact program. Hi, Maya.
Hi, everybody. Like she said, my name is Maya Braithwaite. I'm a current senior here at Central Michigan University studying sociology, and I'm the engagement chair for Impact. And I have a little presentation for you all. Hi, everybody. So like I said, I have a little presentation about Impact, but let me tell you guys a little bit about myself first. So this is my fourth year on staff for Impact. I've pretty much had every role that you possibly can with Impact. I was a part of the first Impact participating class. I've been a mentor, I've been a part of Key Team, and I've been on core staff twice now. So what is Impact? Impact is a 2.5-day transition period for incoming freshmen and transfer students. The program is designed for students of color and first generation students. So that's students who this is their first, they're the first student of their family to be attending a college or university. And we basically focus on mentorship and making connections and being there to support you all throughout your transition. So the way that Impact works is when you come to campus, you'll be placed in a group that we call families of about 8 to 10 students who are just like you, fresh to campus, ready to start their college career. And you'll be placed with two mentors. Those two mentors are going to be like these two that are sitting on the ground right now. And they're basically there to help guide you and support you academically, socially, and just throughout your transition to a predominantly white institution. As you can see, these are two more mentors. Each family will be given a name anywhere from imaginative to creative to just anything that's like super uplifting. And that's kind of just like your family name. You'll see a lot of times families will come up with like family chants just to like rep their family. So what to expect? So you're definitely going to get a lot of academic support. We have workshops, we have speakers, and you also have the support of the upperclassmen that are your mentors to really guide you in the direction that you want for your college career. We also have fun activities and adventures. We have silent parties. Last year we had a carnival theme, so we had a zip line, we had elephant ears, cotton candy. All the orgs come out that are on campus to tell you about what they do on campus and encourage you to get involved. We have great food. A lot of times when you go to college campuses, you'll see the typical McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Chipotle. So we really want to feed you guys before you get into the ramen and cereal diet. So we definitely have different things from soul food to barbecue. And we definitely want you guys to make connections. That's one of the biggest things that we really emphasize for Impact. I made some of the most amazing connections doing Impact, and that's why I've come back. I literally tell people I can't imagine starting my school year without being a part of Impact in some way. So you make connections not only with students, but also with the faculty. Mr. Glenn, who's going to talk later, I met him through Impact, so that's super cool. And then, like I said, there's different academic sessions. The one that is on the right, I think that's the right if you're looking at it, is the study abroad. And that's just when we bring in the study abroad office and they get to talk to you about different scholarships and the ins and outs of that. And then the one on the left is basically telling you that everybody starts with an A when they come into a class. And we want to give you the tools to be successful and thrive so that you can keep that A. And then we have fun, like I said. This is a picture from our opening ceremonies. We're always dancing. There's always great music, just having a good time. Like it always feels like a family reunion, which sounds weird because like you're like, I've never met these people before, but we definitely try and make you all feel welcome to campus. And then perks of participating. You get to move in early. That doesn't sound like the biggest perk in the world, but like when you really think about it, you beat the rush. Central has anywhere from 20 to 24,000 students. And you moving onto campus early gives you the opportunity to really get to know your dorm, get to know your RA and your IA, and just have the opportunity to move in with your family and have that time. You also get cool swag. So as you can see, I kind of like decked out my room a little bit and some of the things that I have, not everything because I actually have a lot of stuff. But you get t-shirts, visors, you get hats, different stuff like that as you continue your participation in the program. You get to meet other students, you get to connect with upperclassmen. Those upperclassmen that are your mentors, they do a really great job to me, making you feel like Central is the place for you. And having those upperclassmen, it kind of makes you feel like, ooh, like I already know some people on campus. Like I don't have to be scared. Like I could hit them up and call them if I need something. And you get to know campus. We walk all around campus, literally from one side to the other side some days. And you really get to know the buildings and you get to feel what campus is like in a smaller, more connected way. And we don't just drop you off at the end. Like, it's not like you get to the end of Impact and we're like, sorry, bye, not talking to you again. We definitely try to stay connected with you guys. We do different events throughout the semester. One of those events that's one of my favorites is the final Impact. And that's basically at the end of the semester, right before finals. We bring everybody back together and we basically are just like, let's chill, let's relax. If you need to study, if you need some self-care, we do a breakfast dinner with like pancakes, sausage, eggs, like the whole bacon, the whole thing. And it's really cool. And it's just a way to de-stress and be like, I still have that support system. And then a big part of Impact that I love the most is that Impact is for students by students. So, like I said, I'm on the core staff, and there's about 15 to 17 of us who work hard throughout the year. We get hired in November, and we literally work the entire year to put on this program, from choosing the entertainment to putting together the workshops, the programs. All of these students that you see have been really working hard to put together something special for you. Every year is different. Like last year, I said we had a carnival, but the year before we didn't. It was something different. It was like a lock-in family reunion type feel. So definitely sign up so you guys can, see what this year is. But these are some more of our student leaders. And then this is some of the student staff's why. I don't know, you could see me right there in the corner. I got my backpack and my water bottle. That's me. But these are some of our students, and these are some of their whys on why they come back. I kind of told you guys a little bit already what my why is for why I come back. But every student is different. Every student has a different experience, but I can tell you for a fact that it's an experience that you don't want to miss out on. So see, give me a home away from home. And you could see like, the families really stick together. Another big thing is the mentors and the core staff will always have on different colored t-shirts than the rest of the participants. You'll always be able to identify us for if you ever need anything, or if you ever just have like a question or anything like that. Oh, and like I said, we're always dancing, listening to music, having fun. And then, like I said, we definitely have a big support system, and one of those support systems is our faculty from the Student Activities and Involvement Center, as well as the Multicultural Academic Student Services. These are the faculty that help us students put together this program for you future students. So yeah, impact is just, it's hard to put into words sometimes because it's an experience that you really just have to go through yourself, and it helps you grow in ways that you wouldn't even know. And then from impact, you go into Safari, which then like grows you even more, and it's absolutely insane. So sorry, we're all good. So, yeah, I think you guys would have a great time. I definitely had a great time. If you reach out to anybody through our social media, you can definitely hear more stories, or watch the link in the Facebook below. There's a definitely is there. Wow, I can't talk. There's a video that shows you a little bit more about the experiences. So sign up today.
Thank you, Maya. That was awesome. You all, I am fired up for Impact, and I know you all are as well. We have some questions coming in, Maya, so hopefully you can answer these for us. The first question is, how long is sign up open for Impact?
That's a great question. So sign up is typically open till July, I believe. I don't have the exact date yet, just because we rolled it out a little later with everything going on, everything switching to online. But the application will definitely have the deadline on there to sign up. So if you go to the application, it'll tell you.
Perfect. Good to know. And then another question we have, do, do the students stay in touch after Impact? And if so, how?
Okay, so that's a great question because you definitely do. People make group chats, people exchange phone numbers, social media. I know that, like, for my Impact mentees, we have a group me, but we also have an iMessage chat. So I use my group me as a way to just like send out flyers and different events on campus. But our like iMessage group chat is more for like if they need something from me and they want to like hit me up for something. So you definitely stay in touch. Like it's not even people who aren't your mentors or your mentees, you stay in touch with them too. Even just seeing them on like their Snapchat or their Instagram and like commenting and like you definitely stay connected.
It's like a family, right?
Yeah,
I love it.
basically.
I love it. One more question. Now, this question is for me. How do I get one of those cool hats?
Wow, one of these. Well,
Yes.
I am on staff. So when you get on staff, you get a whole bunch of different cool swag. A lot of times you'll see everybody on campus who has done Impact walking around with an Impact backpack. And that's kind of how you can tell. Those are like some of the student leaders who have volunteered their time to really help those new incoming freshmen and transfer students with their transition into CMU.
I love it. I need one of those hats. Thank you so much, Maya. That was awesome. Great information about Impact. All right, students. Next, we will introduce Leadership Safari. So please welcome to the screen Jonathan B. Glenn, Assistant Director of the Leadership Institute. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Kayla, thank you so much for allowing me to be here. So, my name is Jonathan B. Glenn, and I'm so excited once again to be here. I am a two-time graduate from Central Michigan, too, just like Kayla. I got my bachelor's in teaching in 2006, and I came back and got my master's in 2010 in history. And right now, I'm getting my doctorate from CMU, too. So, I've been here for 3 different degrees, and there's no cliche when I say I bleed maroon and gold. Some people just say that, to be funny or, to feel like they're fitted in. But when I say that, it's something serious. So I'm so excited, to get a chance to talk to you about my office and about Leadership Safari. So once again, I am one of the directors for Leadership Institute. So let me tell you a little bit about our office. And then, I'm going to end this conversation with telling you a little bit more about Leadership Safari, which I know that's the reason why you're even listening today. All right. So our, so within our office is split into two different sides. We have our scholarship side and we have our program side. So let me talk to you a little bit about our scholarship. We're looking for students who are willing to grow their leadership. We want to help cultivate that, give you some additional like information about leadership. I actually teach Leadership 200, which teaches our students leadership theory, and we want to give you the chance to grow your leadership. Now, some people, when they think of, oh, this scholarship is only for a certain type of people, we want to debunk that. Okay, we believe that leaders are, they come in different shapes and sizes. They come from different communities. They come from different cities. We believe that you are a leader. You're not just a leader just because you're the captain of your football team or just because you're the captain of your cheerleading team, but you are a leader because you're doing a lot of volunteerism within your community, or maybe you're just a manager of your job, or maybe you're just watching your brothers and sisters at home. we believe that those are skills that make you a leader. So if this is something that you really want to look at, we say definitely go to our website and sign up for our scholarship. If you're a senior right now, though, I would like to apologize because that window has closed. But if you're a sophomore or a junior right now and you get a chance to watch this, our scholarship is usually the due date is usually the beginning of January. So we look forward to seeing your names. And remember, we always believe that no matter where you're from, you can be a leader. So let's talk to you a little bit about our programs. We have a lot of amazing programs here. Um, and, you know, for the very first one here, you see Leadership Safari, but there's several other leadership opportunities that we have for students just like yourself. You see Spark here, you see Connections, Purpose. All of these are geared and created for you. And one of the cool things, you know, about this, like Maya actually said this, these are programs led by students just like yourself. All right, so once you come to Central as a freshman, you receive the opportunity to dive into leadership, learn more about your skills and how you can use them to lead this world, lead Michigan, you know, go back home, lead your cities. But you also get to come back and we get to hire you to help us lead these initiatives also. We use a lot of student power to help, you know, facilitate our programming. So if that's something that you want to do, you know, we would love to have you. Something I love to say to my students is you have to upgrade yourself. Okay. So the level of leader that you are right now for your high school, we need you to upgrade yourself and we need you to be that type of leader here at Central Michigan University. I don't believe that any student should peak in high school. And I know if you're watching me right now that you haven't peaked, right? Good. So when you get to Central, we want your leadership to pop. We want you to learn more, and these opportunities will give you that opportunity. And last but not least, let's talk about Leadership Safari. Now, Leadership Safari is one of our bigger programs here at Central Michigan University, and this is my second year actually having, just a huge blessing to lead this huge program. So, you know, as you can see, the dates for our program will begin the 23rd of August, and then we end actually the 26th of August. But we want you to come to Safari, and you know what? I am brave enough to say this live. I don't want you just to come to Safari. I want you to go and meet Maya too first with her program, and then we want you to come to Safari because we believe if you go to both, that you would get, you know, the great opportunity to learn who CMU is, right? So let me tell you a little bit more about us. We are a 3.5 day of just fun and just packed with more fun. All right. So let's talk about, just like Maya said, you get to move the campus early. I don't know if you've ever been a part of a move-in day. It's pretty hectic. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of TVs, a lot of refrigerators, and some couches, old or new, smelling good or not. All right. They're coming. All right. So if you get to move in early, that means that you get a chance to navigate your space before the big crowds come in. You also get a chance to walk around campus before your classes start. Um, you know, so most of you already are beginning to think about your classes and you're wondering where some of your buildings are. It's our job to make sure that when we're walking around campus that you're able to recognize some of the buildings. So on that first day of class, you can look at your schedule and you know exactly where to go. You have an opportunity also to make many friends and connections. And just like Maya said, we believe in mentorship. Mentorship is very, very important. So we want to connect you and network you with sophomores, juniors, seniors, and also you're going to see a lot of our cabinet members, some deans, and you also get a chance to meet President Davies. President Davies shows up for both of our programs, and if you've never heard him say "fire up chips" yet, it's the most fun thing that I've ever heard because he does it with such vigor, and you receive the opportunity to meet him. We're going to have amazing speakers. I may be one of those speakers, just to let you know. Motivational people, comedians, bands. It's our job to make sure that you're going to have fun. And this is the first opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about your leadership. And it's going to stretch you, right? Growth comes from a little bit of stretching. What I'm saying? So you have the opportunity to be yourself as a person throughout Safari, but we're also going to give you the opportunity to network and grow a little bit and meet some friends and, so maybe some future community members within your life. Now, there is a cost to this. It is something that is going to cost you $125. At $125, when you hear that, we never want you to make a decision about not coming to Safari because of the money. So if you go to our website, there is a place for a fee waiver. And if you sign out, I'm sorry, if you fill out that fee waiver, you have the opportunity to not to have to pay for that 125. So if you're thinking, wow, $125 right now is stretching me and my family and my supporters, please don't let that be a reason why you don't come. We do have the opportunity for a waiver. So what does $125 pay for? Once again, tons of food, y'all, snacks, on and on. As you can see in this picture, you do get some Safari swag too. So you see like these Safari shirts and on and on. You get some dynamic speakers. This is a room of actually 1,600 of your future peers. We bring in a lot of students and transfer students, to experience this great opportunity. So go ahead and check out that fee waiver if you believe that's something that you need. Last but not least, we can't do this program without students like you. I love when Maya said this. Safari is created by students for students. Yes, I lead it, but I can't lead it without the over 300 student volunteers that help me to bring this program to fruition. So what are you seeing right now with these students with the amazing vest on? We call these students Safari guides, and you can be a Safari guide. So when you get a chance to go to Safari, you may say, oh my gosh, I loved it. Or you know what, Mr. Glenn, I have some thoughts that can make it better. We would love to have you involved with it. And we actually buy you one of these Safari vests, and you get to decorate it according to your team, and you get to help serve 2021 students who are coming to Safari. All right. So that's all I have to say about it. We look forward to seeing you, not just for my program, but also Maya's program. We want you at CMU. CMU is a huge community. And, if you ever want to wonder why I chose CMU, please don't hesitate, to reach out. I have experience in study abroad, Greek life, and on and on and on. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you, Kayla.
Thank you, Jonathan. Wow, great information about Leadership Safari. That is so exciting. We do have questions coming in right now that are addressed to Leadership Safari. So, the first question is from Madison, who asks, what time do you get to start moving into your dorm room before Safari?
I believe right now our move-in time is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the 23rd, I believe. I don't have my dates right in front of me. So that actually may be the 22nd, whatever that Sunday is. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yep, so move in is from 10 to 4. So that's really up to when you and your family and your supporters can come in and bring you with all your stuff. And we're going to have stuff ready for you. We're going to have some food ready for you, and we're going to have a program. You get a chance to meet your residence life staff and on and on and on. So 10 to 4 on that Sunday will be the move in for everyone for Safari.
Got it. Make note of that, you all. 10 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our next question is from Shawnee, who asks, how do you become a guide for Leadership Safari in the future? I know you talked about it a little bit, but what can you go into the process a bit more?
Yeah. Hey, Shawnee, it is not as hard as you probably would think it is. Right when Safari is over, you as a student will receive an email from us saying, hey, the application is open and we have a database for you to go to, and you get to read the description and see if that's something that you want to sign up for. And then if you say yes, you go through a series of like interview and like group interviews with your peers, and we put you through some scenarios to see how you would handle those scenarios as a leader. And then if you are accepted, we go through some trainings to prepare you, and we get your shirt size, we get all the cool stuff, give you the swag, and then 2021 is here, and then you're there helping us with Safari 2021.
Awesome. All right. So this leads us to our next portion, which is my favorite part, the question and answer section. So let's hear it, students. I know you probably are like, Kayla, I have so many questions. Go ahead, put them in the comment section below. We'll have Maya and Jonathan answer them. But while you were thinking about these questions for Impact and Leadership Safari, I want to mention a few additional admission notes. So let me go ahead and pull that up for you. All right. So as you look on the screen, you do see that our next Fire Up Friday will be next Friday, April 24th, where we will be hosting a student panel. So if you have questions for current CMU students, students like Maya, I highly recommend joining into that session. It's going to be good. We're going to get all your questions answered. I'm excited. But also, what other topics would you like to see for Fire Up Fridays? We do have some coming, some in mind, like study abroad. We're going to bring you residential colleges. We're going to do a decision day, you all. I'm super fired up for that one and more. But yeah, I want to know what other things would you like to see for our Fire Up Friday. So be sure to comment that as well. If you have additional questions after this is over, always know that you can contact our undergraduate admissions team. You can do so by visiting our website. You can shoot us an email at any time, or you could give us a phone call. Our admissions office is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, so you can still get in contact with us. We're working from home. We are more than happy to answer those questions for you, okay? My favorite method of contact for admissions is going to be our one-on-one appointments. Now, I know I've had a chance to schedule one-on-one appointments with many of you all, but go ahead, schedule an appointment. It's 30 minutes, and you can ask us all the questions in the world, and we will make sure to get those questions answered for you by phone call. Maybe you want to do a virtual chat or a one-on-one FaceTime like that. That's totally fine with us. It's super cool, and again, I highly recommend it to get those questions answered. All right. So let's keep going. We're going to start our question and answer session. All right, here we go. So the first question says, do my roommates move in at the same time, even if they are not participating in Safari or Impact? And I'm going to let John answer that one.
Thank you, Kayla. No, that's the easiest way to answer that. If your roommates are not signed up for both of those programs, or for Safari, they're not able to move in with you. Our university, actually, our residence life office, they want to make sure that you have something to do. Because they're going to be going through training, and we're going to be involved within our programming. So no, the residence halls won't be open for the masses, just for those students who are involved within the program.
All right, good answer. Another question we have is, what should I wear for Impact and Safari? What do you all think? Maya?
Um, Definitely something comfortable. We definitely give you all t-shirts. So like the first day, you could pretty much wear whatever you want as long as you're comfortable. I do definitely recommend closed-toed shoes, walking shoes that you're comfortable in. We definitely walk around campus a lot, so you guys can get that feel for campus. But for after the first day, the next couple of days, we give you guys t-shirts that you can wear that has Impact all over it or Safari all over it, just different swag that you guys can wear. So just like some comfortable jeans or some comfortable yoga pants or whatever you're into. And like I said, walking shoes.
For sure. I still have my Leadership Safari t-shirt from I'm not gonna disclose my age, but I still have mine from years ago. All right. This
Can I
is
say something real quick, Kayla?
absolutely.
It's very, very important to bring your personal water bottle too.
Yeah,
We deal in some hot days in the summertime, and we trying
definitely.
to stay away from a lot of plastics. So if you can bring your own water bottle, that's something that you don't mind, like refilling. That's something that you should definitely want to bring.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Another question, a popular question that we have, both Abigail and Mackenzie asks, are you still looking at these events happening with all that's going on with COVID-19? Let John
Go
answer
ahead.
that.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, this is a question that I know a lot of you are thinking of. We just want you to know that according to our university, these programs are essential. So as of right now, we are moving forward with these programs. Now, of course, we can't read the future. So if the CDC or if our governor makes some type of suggestion, then we will have to move according to those rules and regulations. But as of right now, we are very motivated to have these programs for you and your peers. We do understand that life has been very, very weird, for your high school experience. So we really want to have these experiences for you, to help you transition from high school to college.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right. And then we have another question from Miss Madison Poole who asks, what is your favorite experience from your leadership safari? That's a good question. I'll start off. I would say my favorite experience would be we had this like activity where you had to work as a group to go through a series of like um, tactical and hands-on. I don't even know what it really was, but you had to use your team to get through it. It was like we are all one, and that created such a bond with me and my team. I mean, I still similar to what Maya said about impact, I still talk to individuals that was in my leadership safari group to this day, like years later. So that brought us together. That was one of my favorite things. And the food. The food is always good. What about you all? What do you think? What are your favorite experiences, Maya?
Um, I think my favorite experience, they brought this amazing poet, and I think it was actually two of them. Yes, there was two of them. And it was just like I've heard slam poetry before, but like they had me in my feelings, and I was like, wow, just like amazing talent. So it was definitely probably my favorite memory.
Awesome. John?
Yeah, Kayla, my favorite memory, this is only my second one, it's just working with the students, like to be honest, I've been a part of so many programs in my life. I've never been a part of a program this big and watching 300 different types of leadership gel together to make something big happen. When I had the opportunity to work like for Impact too, like that was my favorite part. Just watching our student leaders at Central Michigan University rock out with leadership and making sure, that the next generation of students were going to be prepared to love CMU too. So that was my favorite part.
Awesome. All right, this will be our last question from Olivia, who asks, "What does a normal day with Leadership Safari look like?" So, what other things will they be doing beside activities and speakers?
I'm about to get very logistical with you, Olivia. Depending on the day, we wake up and we make sure that you have breakfast. Breakfast most likely will be served in your residence hall. And right after that, you will meet in your teams. When you are with um, Impact, excuse me, they're going to be called families. When you're with us, they're called teams. And they're called color teams. So your team will have a different color. Sometimes, they will have a different mascot too. So within those teams, you're going to have just team meetings. So you're not going to always be with a huge 1600. You're going to be in your small teams and you're going to be talking about life. You're going to be talking about things within the team. Most teams actually do get very, very close and friends, for the future here at CMU. And then we have speakers, and then we have a lot of food, just like Caitlin said. And then, there is a lot of walking. If you wear one of these, you will put some steps on your life. Okay. And then you get a chance for some rest here and there. And then we have play. We have this thing called um, excursions. So you get a chance. Maybe you want to do Gusmaker. You want to go and visit, for a movie, or you want to do painting with a twist or something like that. So we have opportunities. And then usually we end the day with more food and then one of our big keynote speakers. So you know what? Safari is a full day. Like we go from like close to 9 o'clock in the morning to almost 9 o'clock at night. But we try our best to make sure that you're fully involved. But the main goal is to make sure that you go back to your residence hall and go to sleep and not party. So there you go.
All right. So again, as I mentioned before, if you all have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to our admissions team or the impact team or the leadership safari team. We are more than happy to answer those questions for you. This does bring us to the end of our Fire Up Friday session. So once again, thank you all for joining in with us. Again, feel free to post any other suggestions that you may have for topics. And we thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to see you next week. One last thing before I let you go. When I say fire up, you type chips. Fire up, fire up. I want to see chips in the comment section. All right, you all. Stay safe, take care, and fire up chips. Bye.